Okay, so like I was saying, I believe it's very powerful, and the reason I wanted us to have this conversation is for you to understand what we are doing to ourselves and the kind of belief system we have, and how it affects us. How it affects us seriously. For those of us, yes, I continue. So for those of us that already were in session, I think two of you now. So I'll be repeating myself. So it will be a good way to reinforce for you, even though I'm repeating, even though I'm repeating myself. When we started the conversation, I talked about belief. Can you define what belief is for me? Belief is what? Thought plus emotion. Thought plus emotion. When you say you have to believe something, and the belief is so strong, it's because you have a thought, and the thought meets emotion, and that becomes a belief system. Let me tell you how powerful belief is. Let me tell you how powerful belief is. If you believe that there are only white Camry in Lagos, do you know what will happen? Do you know what will happen? Do you know why you begin to see white Camry? The white Camry have always been there, but you are not noticing it. But for one reason or the other, you begin to see white Camry. And for one reason or the other, you might not even see other Camry, even though there are others. And the reason is because of what is called the reticular activating system. The reticular activating system. Your belief shuts away from your reality the things you are supposed to see that you're not able to see. Am I making sense? I say, there are things you are not seeing, you can't even perceive because of the belief you have. So let me show you something. Because of the belief you have. Now, and that's how powerful our belief is. Our belief is so powerful that if we are not very conscious of the kind of life you want to live, you just realize that your life is going a certain way that you don't want, and you're not able to do much about it. Look at this. Let's imagine you are selling a premium training program, something valuable, like the diploma program, for example. Now, the difference between closing the $1 million deal and struggling to get attention is not just the strategy. It's actually start from something deeper, the belief system. The belief system is what differentiates between someone that is able to close and someone that is not able to close. Your mind is like a luxury sales building. Imagine your mind is like a luxury corporate building where only high-value deals happen. Only high-value deals happen. Your belief is the rule of entry into the house. The reticular activating system is the security guard at the gate. Your thoughts are the visitor allowed inside. The focus is the meeting room where deals are discussed. Now, here is the key. Not everyone is allowed into the building. Can someone tell me why? Why?
Because your security guard not allowed. That is your reticular.
Why we do not allow it? Because there are rules of entry. Because there are rules of entry. Because there are rules of entry. Not every thought. The thoughts are the visitors. So remember, I mentioned this figure before. Your thoughts are not yours. What did I say?
My thoughts are not ours.
When thoughts come to you, it's not yours. You are going to allow it to enter, or you are not going to allow it to enter, or allow it to stay, or allow it to stay. Your thoughts are not yours. Beliefs are the rule of entry. And I'll show you how this applies in sales. And then you can apply it to other area of your life. Your brain has a reticular activating system that filters everything. So, because belief is the rule of entry, that means anything that is not in line with the rule will not be able to what? Enter. Now, thoughts are the visitor. So when thoughts come to you, the reason you perceive that thought is because your reticular system allows you to enter your mind and your consciousness. That means there are thoughts There are places we go. I was giving an example to Victoria and Muiwa last week. I went for a program and I was asking them about something about the program that they did not even know exists. Why? There's some thought that will never come to you because of the belief you have. And there are thoughts that will come to you because of the belief. You know, I want to give this example that when I sleep, if I have a nightmare, when I wake up, the thought of prayer never comes to me. Because of my belief. My belief is that my life is hid with Christ in God. And when my life is in Christ in God, nobody can attack me in dream. So I don't pray. But some other people, the thought that will come is what? People in the village. Why is that thought coming? Am I making sense? There are some beliefs you have. Sorry, there are some thoughts you have because of your what? Belief system. And there are some thoughts you will never have because of your belief system. There are some things that happen around that you interpret in a certain way because of your belief system. So let's look at it. The belief is the rule of entry. The brain is the brain is the security and the reticular system. The thought and the visitor. The focus is the meeting room where deals are closed. Because what determines the thought you focus on is your reticular system allowing that thought to come to you. So that means if I have a belief that does not allow some thought to come to me, it will affect what I focus on. Am I making sense? Have you ever wondered why two people are in the same situation and someone is jittery and afraid and someone else is not? You know that jittery and afraid in that situation, he has a thought because of his belief. With this situation, will I solve it? I'm finished. Belief. Bring that thought. The other person will say, okay, I think I can solve the problem now. Okay, I talked to the person. Belief bring a different kind of thought. And the action you will take is going to be based on that. And that determines the reality eventually that become of us. Now, your belief is a policy written at the gate. If your belief says people cannot afford my high value training, clients in Nigeria don't pay for knowledge, high ticket sales are difficult, then your building has a rule. Do you know the rule? Only low value opportunities allowed you. Does that make sense? Do you understand? Do you understand? Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Because of this belief, look at the result. So that means if my belief is people cannot afford it, it's too expensive, it's too high, my mind will only allow thought only of low value opportunity. But if the belief says there are senior professionals who pay for transformation, my program can deliver measurable ROI, I'm positioned to attract premium clients, they can afford it, then your rule becomes what? Only what? High value opportunities allowed in. Can you see the reason why something don't occur to you and something occurs to you? I'm not making sense. Have you thought of it? If it occur to me, it will not occur. You know why it will not occur? Your reticular activating system is hiding it from you. Why? Because your belief system is not allowing it. Some things will never occur to you because of your belief. So the reason why I wanted us to go through this is you need to audit your belief, ladies and gentlemen. You need to audit it. You need to audit. As if there is a serious need for auditing your belief. Look, if there's something you are looking at or a change you want your environment in life, and you're not seeing it, the major anchor that is not making you to see what you need to see to take advantage of that opportunity is because of your belief. It's because of your belief. Look at this. This is where everything begins. Now, inside your brain, there is a reticular activating system. It's around the brain stem. Because everything that gets your brain going through the brain stem. All our body, in our body, there are different nerves from the hand to the tummy, chest, leg, all the organs. All of them enter the spinal cord and go straight to the brain. It's a wire, literally a wire, only that it's not, they call it nerve, that goes straight to the brain. But when you get the brain, it passes through this brain stem called the reticular activating system that filters what can get to your conscious brain. It filters everything. Now, think of this reticular activating system as what? A security guard. What is the job? The job is simple. Let in only what matches the policy. What is the policy? Your belief. Allow in only what matches the policy. The policy is your belief. Now, here is the powerful part. The guard does not argue. He does not think deeply. The guard simply follows instruction. Instruction you have given as a result of your belief. If your belief say high-value clients are scarce, then your reticular system will ignore wealthy prospects. It will ignore serious prospects. It will ignore partnership opportunity. It will literally act like they don't exist. Am I making sense? So when you think people that can afford it does not exist or they are scarce, it's not that they are scarce. Your belief is making your reticular activating system to hide it from you. You can extrapolate this to other areas of your life, from relationship to marriage to money to family to opportunity to anything. You can extrapolate to anything. This is why when you grow up in a home where you have some, there are a lot of belief you pick up growing up. Can you tell me some of the belief you pick up about money growing up? Money is the root of all evil, yes? That you pick up growing up. When you pick up growing up, have any of you been chased from school because of money? You've been chased home, you went home, they chased you from school because of money. Anybody? They've not chased you from school. Tell me your school is not expensive. Your school is not expensive. You went to government school. Oh, okay. They chased me. They chased me. What are you doing? Or you needed something, you needed to get something, and your parents could not afford it for you because of money.
Exposure.
Growing up, there is a belief that making money is very hard.
Yeah.
Because of the experiences of life you have. If you're also around people who have had terrible relationship issues, you say, marriage is not for me. Marriage is not for everybody. I say, there are a lot of beliefs you pick up growing up. About, on Monday I talked about belief about life, belief about relationship, belief about kids, belief about money, belief about job, belief about marriage. Either you like it or not, those beliefs driving your life. And remember, the belief are policy, their policy, their policy, their policy. Now, the guys simply follow instruction. If your belief says high value sales are scarce, the reticular system will ensure you ignore wealthy prospects, serious inquiry, ignore partner opportunity. It will literally act like those things does not exist. There's no money in Nigeria. There are no opportunity in Nigeria. Nigeria is this. You are right. It's just that it's right for you. It's not right for everybody. Why is it not right for everybody? Because the reality of people that live in Korea are different. And they're not stealing money. Am I making sense? They're not stealing money. But their reality is entirely different from the reality you're talking about. Why are you not able to see the opportunities? Now imagine two sales professionals promoting same high value program. Person A, he has a limiting belief. Nobody can pay this amount for this program. What happened if that's belief? He will scroll past CEOs on LinkedIn without messaging them. He will avoid pitching to corporate organizations who can afford it. He will hesitate to mention price confidently. He's afraid to even mention the amount. Even when a company is actively looking for the training, even when a decision maker is ready to invest, he does not see it, not because it's not there, Why? Because the what? The reticular activating system do what? Filters out. Am I making sense? Filters it out. So I'm going to say the reason why you're not seeing some things. I want you to, so you know today that look, don't say that the reason you are not making sense is because you can't afford it. That's not true. That's not true. That's not the reason. That's not the reason. It's not the reason. The least of it. That's not the reason. Because if you believe that's the reason, what you have done to yourself, and this is why someone said, if you believe you can do it, you are right. If you believe you cannot do it, you are correct. Have you heard that phrase before? If you believe you can do it, you are right. If you believe you cannot do it, you are correct. Why? Because of the reticular activating system. Filters it out. So there are some things that does not come to your mind. There are some thoughts that does not even come around. Why? Because your reticular system ensure you don't even know that exists. You don't even know that exists. Now, for the person with empowered belief, he believes that there are clients who can pay for transformation, not just information as far as the training is concerned. So what happened? He noticed procurement managers in bar. He identified HR head in company. He sees opportunity in conferences, in associations, and referrals. Even a small signal like a LinkedIn post, he will notice it. A small signal like a business complaint for opportunity for training, you will notice it. A small signal like a market, you will notice it. And that becomes sales opportunity. So even though we live in the same world, we are existing in the same environment, as long as we have a different belief, there will be different what? Visibility and different reality. Different visibility and different reality. Damn, Larry, you are sleeping. Different visibility and different reality. Now, focus equals to sales radar. Your focus is like radar system. Once your reticular system allows something into your mind, your focus locks onto it. If you allow into your mind the fact that you cannot do it, it's not possible, you are going to focus on 1,001 reasons why it cannot be done. You will now give 1,001 excuses why this is not happening, why this cannot be done. So I'm saying this so that when you are giving report and you are talking about it, just know that look, this result I'm getting, there is a reason behind it. Am I making sense? Yes. If you don't know there's a reason behind it and fix that reason, you will justify it. And you're right. Only that that's not the only reality that exists. That's not the only reality that exists. If your belief is weak, your radar look for what? Excuses. If your belief is weak, your radar dictates rejection. If your belief is weak, your radar highlight difficulty. But if your belief is strong, your radar look for bias. Your radar dictates readiness signals. Your radar highlight opportunity. For example, a prophet says, this is interesting, but I need to think about it. A weak belief says, oh, I know them, they are not interested. A strong belief says, they need a structured follow-up. Let me plan to follow up on them. This is the difference in focus. The same situation, different interpretation. And why are you interpreting that way? Because of belief. Because of belief. Because of belief. So let's bring it on with practical example. You are selling a $1 million training program. Limiting belief. This is too expensive for my market. The reticular activating system filter out wealthy prospects. It filter out corporate clients. It filter out serious entrepreneurs. So you focus on cheap clients. You emphasize discount. You avoid bold conversation. Result, low conversion, frustration, and inconsistent sales. But it starts with what? The limiting belief that this is too expensive. Now, don't just use this in sales. I'm using this as a example of the market. I want to use it in other area of your life. So you can understand that there's so many things hidden from me that I'm not even conscious of. As in, there's so many things hidden from me that I'm not even conscious of. The fact that some thoughts come into your mind is a reason for you to begin to ask, Why? What makes this thought to find its way to my mind is because of the kind of belief you have. The empowered belief, there are businesses that need this and can afford it. Reticular activating action. Highlight CEOs, exporters, banks, and associations. It's able to spot funding opportunity, able to notice strategic partnership. So you focus on building value-added or value-based conversation. You're able to target decision makers and position the program not just as a training but as an investment. So it affects the kind of conversation you have and the way you talk about it. Result, even though you might have fewer prospects, but they are high-quality deals and help you to get bigger revenues. So everything you experience in sales start from where? Belief. Because of your belief, it affects what your regulatory system is able to what? Filter. The filter affects what? Your thought. The thought determines what you what? Focus on. What you focus on determines the actions, and your action determines your results. If the result is not good, it's because I'm not taking the right action. Why am I not taking the right action? Because I'm focusing on the wrong thing. Why am I focusing on the wrong thing? Because I'm entertaining the wrong thought. Why am I entertaining the wrong thought? Because my reticular activating system allows them in. Why does it allow them in? Because of what? So, if the belief is wrong, the filter is wrong. If the filter is wrong, the thoughts that come in will be wrong. If the thought that come in is wrong, the focus will be wrong. If the focus is wrong, the action will be weak. If the action is weak, what happens? The result will not be what you want. But if the belief is right, the filter aligns with what? Opportunity. Because the filter aligns with opportunity, what happened? I'm able to entertain the right thought. Because I have the right thought in what happened, I focus on the right thing, sharpen focus. Because I focus on the right thing, the action becomes very strategic and I get the right result. Does that make sense to you? I'm trying to tell you, when you see a result, trace it back, trace it back. You see a result, trace it back. You see a result, trace it back. If you don't trace it back, if you blame the economy, blame the people, blame the society, what you have done basically is to entrench, and we'll talk about that later on, because there is a way you behave that you increase, because every belief creates a pathway in your mind, a pathway. The more you entertain thoughts that reinforce that belief, the more the pathway becomes very wide, bigger, stronger, such that after a while, your belief becomes conviction. If as far as I'm concerned, this is the truth. Because someone said there's no truth in your reality other than what your subconscious mind have accepted as truth. When you accept this as true, then it will be true for you. And how did he get to true conviction? How did he get to that point? He gets to that point because it starts with a belief. Every conviction you have started with you. And that is why, to know God, you must believe Him first. But we must move from believing to knowing. Because believe means there's still a sense of doubt. You don't believe what you know. Because knowledge, knowing, nullifies belief. Belief suspends knowing. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? Belief does what? Suspend knowing. Do you know you are victorious or you believe you are victorious? Belief suspend knowing. Belief suspend knowing. Belief suspend knowing. Knowing nullifies belief. Knowing nullifies belief. If you entertain a belief long enough, it becomes conviction, it becomes the truth. Only that is the truth for you. Only that is the truth for you. Important clarification. Please note, this is not magic. No. It's not mysterious. There's no mysterious force pulling money from the air. What is happening is that your brain filters reality and your attention shapes your decision, and your decision drives your action, And your action creates your outcome. So when people say manifestation, what is really happening is that you are aligning your perception and behavior with opportunity that already exists. You are aligning your perception and behavior with opportunity that already exists. So when selling a high value product, your biggest challenge is not the market. Your biggest challenge is not the pricing. Your biggest challenge is not the competition. What's your biggest challenge? Because you cannot sell what your brain refuses to see. Hello? Did you guys get that? You cannot what? Sell what your brain refuses to see. And once your belief change, the reticular activating system open new doors. Once your belief change, your focus sharpen. Once your belief change, your conversation improve. The things to say change, your conversation improve. And your result multiply. In simple terms, you don't first find premium client. No. What do you first find? You first what? Become the person that can what? See them. Become the person that can see them. Become the person that can see them. Let me take some feedback. What can you pick up from this? Grace. What can you pick up from this? I'm listening. You say what? The reason you're processing because you're not listening, I don't hear your phone. I deliberately call you because you're not concentrating. You're on your phone. Where you are?
Like, just like the last point.
Yes.
Start with the last point.
Okay.
Saying that before I can get the result I'm looking for, and then even before I can meet the right potential people, I must always become them, like them. Meaning that my belief system must align right.
What is this telling you about your belief?
Telling me,
I'm talking generally. You're going to say, what does it? Is there anything, any scale coming out of your eyes? You know by scale coming out of your eyes?
Yeah.
What is the scale coming out of your eyes?
I have to be in charge. I have to audit my beliefs.
I need to audit my belief. Why?
My beliefs determines my reality. And for my reality not to be filtered by the brass, I have to.
No, for the rats to filter what I want.
Yes, I have to ensure that.
Yes, another person. What is clear? What is changing for you? Yes.
So for me, this shows that the result I'm getting in everything I'm doing is mainly because of
my belief system. Because of my belief. Yes, another person. Yes.
Like our reality that I believe, like what we believe is what we see.
It's our reality, and that's what the Bible says, as a man thinketh in his heart. Because what you are thinking is based on what? No. What you are thinking is based on the thought allowed into your mind. What you are thinking is based on what you are focused on, because the thought. And he said, as a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. How many making sense? As a man, that's what the Bible said. And Jesus said, be it unto you. You know, when I was studying this, I just realized why that word is so profound. Be it unto you according to your. Did you get that? I've got to believe. Did you get that?
Yes.
When the Bible says, be it unto you according to your faith, it just become clearer why it will be unto you according to your faith. It just become clearer why it will be unto you according to your faith. Why? Because your belief is what determines the thoughts that come to you. The things you focus on. I just give you an example. The things you give attention to, because there's some things you give attention because of the thought that comes to your mind. And the thought that comes to your mind is based on your belief. That means if you chisel out terrible belief system, your life change dramatically in a way you can never imagine. Because you are now going to begin to see what you were not seeing before. If you are not seeing opportunity on who to call, how to talk about it, how to say it, reason you are not seeing it because of your belief. Yes, when you say something.
Yeah, I just always feel like what's make up the belief? Because I think it's the thought that should make up the belief.
No, the belief was based on a lot of things. So, okay, how do you form belief system? When I have a marker, where is it?
You said 90 years.
Okay. So look at this. You grew up in an environment. That environment influenced your experience of life. That experience affects your knowledge of how life works. That knowledge affects your belief system. So your belief is based on what? The environment, experience, knowledge. So environment, school you went to, home you grew up in, religious organization you belong to, and the media you are exposed to, all these contribute to your environment and they shape your experience. They shape the experience of life you have. That experience affects your knowledge of what life is about. And all these from what? So you are not the one that owns your belief. Some of the belief you have is your belief of your great grandfather that you passed to your grandfather, that passed to your father, that passed to you. So that's why, look, ask yourself, what is your belief about money? You know, I was telling you guys on Monday about money. That if you think, some people say cash is king. Have you heard that before? Some people will say, like I said, money is the root of all evil. What other one now? Different belief about money. Now, the question is this belief help you to get what you want? If it's not, then you need to audit it. The issue here is, it's not about whether the belief is good or not. It's whether it's good for you. Am I making sense? Because it can be good for someone but not for you. There is no truth in your reality. Otherwise, you got to support that that's true. So when you say a good belief, good or bad, the question is it empowering you or limiting you? If it's empowering you, good for you. If it's limiting you, not good for you. Yes, wait a second.
So I wanted to ask the question. So, for instance, you respect someone so much, right?
Mhm.
And probably you also give request of feedback. Let's say advice, so let me use this analogy. You want to charge for a job, right? And this person, you tell the person about stuff like that, you tell the person this work out, the person tells you that you can charge this amount, but normally you don't believe.
You can charge it.
So when the person told you, you believe you could. And once you told the person, you had that conviction. So can that also inform your belief system?
Yes, now that's the environment now. The people you are relating with. That's the environment. That's why the people you are talking to are very important. If you have a good dream of what you want to do, and then you are talking to someone that is talking down with it, you need to avoid that kind of person. Yes, now you need to avoid that kind of person. If you don't avoid that kind of person, it's going to drag you down.
Yes.
It's going to drag you down. I'm coming, John. It's going to drag you down. So you need to, that's why I said believe. The question is this belief, is it empowering or limiting me? And we are going to, although we don't have all the time today, but the goal is to get to a point where you will now be able to audit those beliefs and ask questions about those beliefs. But the easier way is to ask yourself about the reality of your life based on current situation, and then you now ask, what is it? There's a belief driving. There are some things you are not seeing. There are some things you just are not seeing. You just are not seeing it. Let me give you an example. You were there on Saturday. You were there on that Saturday. You were there on that Saturday, that place. You were there. You know that program I always rejected. So when they came, what they wanted me to do was going to take some time. So I built them. And the lady told me they are not likely going to pay for it. Now, number one, for them to call me is all about, remember, if they think about you, the reason they think about you, the reason it came to them is because of their belief about you. Am I making sense?
Yeah.
The reason they think about you is because of their belief about you. That's what made their own reticular system to allow a thought to come into their mind. Therefore, this thing is the person you call. I'm not making sense. Now, when they called and we spoke, and I noticed the price was ridiculous. The thought, now, this is my reticular system now. The thought was coming to me. You need to do this. I said, the thought was just coming. You need to do this thing. So at some point, I told the business, okay, look, this back and forth negotiation is too much. Can you do this? I will do this rate because of your MD. I'm hoping to get some. Did you get that? Now, the thoughts coming to me, even though I didn't want to, but the thoughts will not let me rest. Am I making sense? Because it keeps coming. Why is it coming? Because of a belief that I need to meet this kind of person. And quite frankly, it's part of some of my targets for the year. There are some people I really need to get to meet and have a relationship with. So when it happened, after the conversation, all that happened there, quite frankly, I was so surprised. All that happened there. And why I'm not so surprised? Because I spent a lot of time visualizing and meditating on that reality. Because one of the ways you can influence your belief is to spend time in meditation so that you can get your subconscious mind to believe a reality you want to see. Because immediately your subconscious mind accepts it, it becomes easier to become a reality in your life. Because your children have accepted it, your reticular system is going to allow. Look, always know. Okay, I used an analogy last week. Which network are you using? Glow. Which network are you using? MTN. Which network are you using? MTN are you using? MTN are you using? Airtel. Which network are you using? MTN. You don't share nobody. So Grace is Glow. You are Airtel. And then we have a lot of MTN. If Glow is doing a bonus now and send a message to Glow and say, press 1 to get 6 gig. Are you going to get the message? You know what has filtered you? Your SIM card. That message went into the network, but Grace alone will receive it. Why? Because Grace has what? Your regular system with the SIM card. It filters it. So what message that gets your phone is going to be filtered by the SIM card on your phone. That's exactly what the regular system does for you. It's like the SIM card that filters everything that comes in. So the only network she will pick up is what? Glow. And she will not get that message. All of us will not get to go by using them. So that means it's possible for opportunity to be in your environment, but you will not pick it up. Can I make it sense? Why are you not picking it up? It's there, but you're not picking it up because of what? Your belief, which dictates what your reticular activating system can work and allow into your mind. There are some things that will not get your mind. You will not even, it will even occur to you. It will even occur to you because of what? Belief, which influences what your reticular activating system is filled with. Yes, John.
Okay, I think this believer topic is very broad because I wanted to ask a question, which is because you talked about
Talk about what?
auditing the belief.
Yes.
So, like, how can one do that?
We'll discuss. It's one of the things we'll discuss. So it will be today. I'm thinking maybe we might have to be having a meeting here on Monday till I finish this series so that I can spend time on this. Go ahead.
So that's one. Then
Please don't forget this meeting I have. I need to give that one try. That means any arrangement for me already.
No, that's the problem.
It can't be a problem. That means when I give you session, that means you go with this guy. Go there and pay, collect and bring it. So you can show him. I mean, what's the name? Okay, go ahead.
So there are a lot of information in the world,
Yes.
and you happen to get mixed with different kind of people. So how can one, because
How can we what?
like focus on some certain things where you are
So
where
where you start from is no wait, where you start, this is where you start from. This is where you start from. Which result do I want in life? Am I getting it? If I'm not getting it, what kind of action am I taking? What kind of focus am I having? What kind of thought am I having? What kind of wrath? What is my wrath filtering? And what belief? So leave whatever is happening in the world. The question is, what result do I want?
Okay, sir. In terms of sales,
Yes.
like from your slide,
Yes.
you were like probably the person wasn't paying attention to
It won't notice the opportunity.
HR and the rest.
Yes, you know that I can tell.
So that means in the aspect of maybe social media usage, the person is not vast in that.
It's not that it's not vast. It can even be on social media, it will be on LinkedIn, you will see someone who is about to send a DM to. It will even occur him to send a DM to him. It will even occur, see, he will be seeing it, but it will even occur to him. I was sitting there with an event together. That event had a brochure of all the participants. They were there to sell to the people. It didn't occur to them that was brochure. It didn't occur to them that was brochure. It didn't occur to them that was brochure. Why? Because of the belief. They don't believe there is a brochure. They don't. It didn't even occur to them that the brochure because of belief. Now that they've been there, now they have talked about it. They now know that okay, so they have a brochure. Now they imbibe that belief. The next time we go, what will happen? They will do for it. Am I making sense? Do you understand?
Yes.
So the reason it never occurred to them is because, and this is why exposure is very important. Now I was talking to some people over the weekend. I said, look. Travel to cost you money, travel. Go, what's the name? Go to hotel. It will cost you money. Sleep in a luxury hotel. I'm not joking. No. It might cost you about 100K. Sleep there. Take picture. Create memory. See what luxury look like. Am I making sense? Do you understand what I'm saying? See what luxury look like. Because if you don't experience it, you don't know it's possible. It will never occur to you that it's something you can become in your life. Am I making sense? If you don't even know it doesn't even occur to you that it's possible. It's like someone that never entered a plane before. He doesn't believe people can fly. Some people today still believe it's wish that was that fly. He wish that we had fly. Why? Because if you have not gone to a country where there's light, you think taking light is normal. Until you have that exposure, you will not desire it. You cannot desire what you have not been exposed to. Because in your reality it does not exist. If you are going to desire it, then you must have experienced it. Because experiencing means it will influence your belief that this is possible. Am I making sense?
So now the question is, can we fault ourselves?
Can we what?
Fault, that's F-A-U-L-T. Fault ourselves.
For our belief.
Yeah.
No, you don't fault yourself. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's the environment. But now you are an adult. Audit it and change it. The essence of this is not the fault. It's not the fault of our parents or people around us. They don't know any better. But as an adult, it's now your fault if you allow it to continue. I'm trying to let us understand how powerful the belief system is. And the result in our life is pretty much the belief we have hold. And you know, some of these beliefs you acquired them, some of them it was observed and experienced. Some of them you acquired them from people, some of them you observed it in people. And before you know it, remember belief is what? Thought plus what? Emotion. For it to be a belief, that particular thought must mix with a kind of emotion. Either an emotion of joy or emotion of pain, emotion of worry, anxiety, or fear, or joy, or peace. It must be mixed with an emotion. for it to become engraved, because emotion is like the glue that glue the thought to your mind. That emotion is very powerful. The way that's why you need to be very careful the way you express your emotion. Now, yes, I want to hear you. I want to hear you. Yes, go ahead. Because your question and response is helping me to talk. Yes, go ahead.
So, like from previous sessions in the group,
Yes,
we always talk about focus.
yes.
So
Focus, attention.
from this talk now,
Mm-hmm.
it's kind of like, because okay, this I will have to put it. If you pay too much attention on something, you get result, right?
No.
But now,
No, if you pay my attention on somewhere you say
Like,
you don't get result. You align with that thing. Attention is alignment. So if I pay too much attention on something, I'll get result related to that thing. So it's not like I get result. If I fail and I pay attention on my failure, I will fail more. If I succeed and I pay attention on success, I'll succeed more. Attention is alignment. So what I give my attention to, why is attention alignment? Because what I give my attention to is what determines the action I take. And the action I take is what determines the result I get. I don't know if I'm answering the question. Yes.
let me say, for example,
Okay.
you are focused on a certain, let's say, on a task,
Mm-hmm.
and you are meant to deliver on it.
Mm-hmm.
And while doing that, and there are opportunities around.
Mm-hmm.
So how can one just
Opportunity for what now?
okay?
Do you understand? Is there an opportunity related to that opportunity for something else? Do you get what I'm saying? Because when you say I'm focusing on the task, yes, but the opportunity I'm talking about, is it related or not related? Because if it's not related, then it shouldn't come. I shouldn't even focus my attention on it because it will distract me from achieving what I want to achieve. So I'm trying to get your question. While you're thinking on it, let me hear from you.
You spoke about traveling.
Yes.
Launching and
Yes.
So as a financial expert, do you see that as a wise financial?
You don't do it every time. You don't do it every time. But it's an experience you do in your life. Because you can't desire what you don't know exists. You don't get my point.
What if you know it exists but you are not experiencing?
No, then how do you know? How do you know it exists? You've not experienced it now. When you experience it, then you know. But you have not experienced it, so there's no emotion connected to the reason for being there is the emotion. It's the feeling. It's not something you do all the time now. Maybe once a year. It's not something you do all the time. The idea is, if you can't desire what you have not experienced. Do you get it? If I want to be that kind of lifestyle, I can't desire if I don't know it exists. When you say no exist, you don't know. Someone just told you. So there's no emotional connection. And you need that emotional connection to believe it. And for you to have that emotional connection, you must experience it. Am I making sense?
So what if through the media you've seen all this?
Oh, you have seen someone. You have seen someone driving Benz. Have you entered it before? And driving is a different experience. You don't get my point. Finish it. It's different from seeing it. Okay, you see plane flying up and down. Okay. Enter plane first so you can see what I'm talking about. You're not saying you're saying you believe. Enter it so you know you believe that you can do it. When you see that other people can do it. Now you are inside. You are believing it for yourself. That experience is critical. It's the experience. The idea here is that it's your belief that this is a possibility. And then I want to have a memory. Take picture. Have a memory. Don't post it online. I'm not going to post it online. It's for your own consumption. Because if they are not entering the picture, just see someone in the plane. They take picture, PJ, private. They are not entering, people just want to demonstrate. No, not because of demonstrate. It's for you to experience it. So I'm not saying you should spend a lot of money on it. I'm just saying that there are some experiences you just have to have. Because if you've not experienced it, you won't know this is a possibility. I'm trying to let you understand that there's some possibility today that does not even occur to you that this is. The reason you are not able to think, it doesn't even occur to you. when something happens to someone, you say, how did you think of that? It didn't even occur to me. The reason it didn't even occur to you is what we are discussing now. But we are trying to discuss now why it should occur to you also. Because that information is out there, but the one that gets into your mind that you are able to is this one I'm talking about. Yes. I need more comment on this. Okay, so what is this?
So I want to
Yes.
I want to read something.
Go ahead.
Just fails to be
Okay, let me do that topic. I don't see it.
We want to play it out.
Oh, you want to play? How many minutes?
It's 3 seconds.
Why don't you say what he's saying?
I can't say Part-1 because I've not listened to it so many.
Ah,
Only think about what I don't want. Never speak about what I had. Only think about what you want. Only think about what I want. Forget about what I don't want. Never speak about what I had. Only think about what you want. Forget about what you don't want. Never speak about what you don't have. Practice this. Excellent.
I'm not
Okay, I
getting.
only speak about what I want. I don't
What
speak
you don't
about
have.
what I don't want.
I will only what?
I only speak about what I want.
I don't speak what I don't want.
Yes.
I don't think about what
I
you
only think about what I want.
I don't think.
Think about
So what's the question? There should be a question you want to ask about it.
So, like, how
When
How
I
do you-
think about what I want, it strengthens my belief about what I want.
Thinking about what you don't want can also.
they also say
And that's why you are thinking about what you want instead of what you don't want. Because if you are thinking about what you don't want, you are strengthening the belief that it will happen to you.
they also say I don't speak about what I don't have.
Yes, now I only talk about what I have.
Not dwelling on.
Because you're not focusing attention on what you don't have. You're focused on what you have.
Now,
I don't have.
does that not
Hold on.
does that not contradict?
Hold on.
Does that not contradict the aspect to concept of faith?
Which one?
If I don't speak about what I don't have, does that
I don't speak. I don't have a pen. What am I saying? I don't have a pen. I would rather talk about the fact that I need to get a pen. Or I'm working towards getting a pen. Instead of saying I don't have it. Do you understand? It's the communication, because the way you communicate about something speaks volume. If I desire something, I shouldn't be saying I don't have it. Do you understand what I'm saying? So let me tell you, if you want it, because you don't have it, then you will most likely not have it, because you can only have what you already have. Whatever you desire when you pray, believe you have received it, then you shall have it. Believe you have received it, then you shall have it. Believe you have received it, then you shall have it. Believe you have received it, then you. If I have received it, even though I don't have it, I won't speak like someone that have not received it. I will speak like someone that have it, even though I don't have it physically. Someone was trying to say something. When Kelly was talking, who was trying to say? Oh, you want?
Yeah.
No, I was trying to.
I still have.
Also, I just also like,
Okay.
like, where can we draw the line between believing and acting? Because a lot of people
Believing at what?
acting like
Acting.
action, yeah. A lot of people believe that I'm going to make it and still they're not really putting the effort. And that belief system now
If you believe and you're not therefore you don't believe. Evidence of belief is action. Because look at it again now. Look at it. If you believe, there is a kind of thought that will come to your mind that determine your focus. So you'll be taking certain action. So if you're not taking action, you don't believe now. Look, let me tell you. Forget about what you think you believe. Your result is what tells us what you don't do. Forget it. Don't just deceive yourself. Whatever you are saying doesn't matter. If you believe it, your result will show us if you believe it. If it's not showing in the result, you don't believe it. It's not about what you say. Remember, belief is what? Thought plus what? Emotion. When belief is formed, belief is a storage in your mind. As in, it's hardwired in your mind. It's not a philosophy. Belief is not just a philosophy. Belief is a neurobiological change that happens in your mind, in your brain. So if someone says he believes something, it will show in what he says. It will show in his action. If it's not showing what he says, not showing that, he doesn't believe it. You believe you will pass, but you are not reading. You don't believe you will pass. You don't. Because you believe you will pass, idea will be coming what to read, the past question to go. You'll be getting different ideas. If you are not doing that, you don't believe, because there's no thought coming in that give you focus and action to get the result. So you don't believe it. It's just You know what Jesus said? They say, I'm trying to quote the way Jesus said it, but basically saying that they are saying with their mouth, but their heart is far from him. What is the name of that? What can I remember that scripture?
They call me Lord.
I think they worship him with their mouth.
But their heart is far. So they are saying it, but deep down, it's not true. And there's no point as a human being deceiving yourself. There's no point. Yes, someone else wants to talk.
I think that issues pertaining that to the part we said experiencing it.
Experiencing, okay.
So it's just like social saying that for a young student,
Yes.
I want to have a career in this particular line. You can't experience it because
You say what? I want to what?
have a career in this particular line. You can't say
I want to have a career in course. Go and read that course now. What are you talking about? Go and do that one. What are you? Go and what does it take to have that career? I need to do this and this and this training. Go and do it now. That one is easy now. I want to be a pilot. Go to school aviation, you become a pilot. I want to be a doctor. Go to a medical school, become a doctor. So that one is easy. Just go and train, you get it. It's now the question is, I want to be this kind of doctor, this kind of lawyer, this kind of accountant. Now I'm not just an accountant, I want to be a particular kind. That's what we're talking about, not something that training can get to.
I think when you say you want to do this kind of life, go to kind of like,
it's different from a professional that can be trained to become.
That's why people that's why.
Okay. Yeah, I know. I'm only saying that there's that you gain. That one is easier. You don't need belief to be a doctor. You just need to be a diligent student and stay in that school. You become a doctor unless you're not passing your exam. Do you understand? You become an accountant unless you're not passing your exam. Yes.
So I wanted to ask. So for instance, can you experience it through someone? And this is what I mean.
Okay.
So for instance, I want to be this particular thing. I want to be this kind of business person. I want to be this person. I want to be like this person. Can I experience it through that person? Meaning, I associate myself with that person. Try to get to know.
It's a good way to start. It's a very good way to start. Association. You remember? Experience. It can affect your belief system. It can affect your belief system because that gives you experience that affects your belief system. That's why the people around you are so important. You need to be very deliberate about the kind of people around you, the kind of people you are close to, because they influence a lot about what becomes of you. Any other question? Yes, Victoria. I'm not saying anything about this man.
And that's because I'm flowing with it now.
You are flowing.
It's in the right sequence.
It's in the right sequence. What's the time? 11:30. Okay. Let's do the second one. Let's do the second one. This is very important for me today. What's that?